Hi and welcome to another presentation from your business tutor, learning your way, anytime, anywhere. If an organisation is able to recruit the best employees, it will give itself a competitive advantage. This is why it is so important to make sure an organisation puts in place measures to ensure great talent finds it easy to access job opportunities. In fact, this presentation on internal and external recruitment is a perfect example of a key decision that an organisation must make in order to access the best staff. Okay, so what are we going to learn in this presentation? Well, first of all, we're going to find out about internal and external recruitment, and then we're going to find out about the advantages and disadvantages of internal and external recruitment. Okay, let's get started by asking, what are internal and external recruitment? The difference between internal and external recruitment is a fairly simple one to make. Internal recruitment is when an organisation decides to only make a job available to staff already working for them. Whereas external recruitment is when an organisation decides to fill a vacancy from people outside of the business who don't already work for it. Now, at this juncture, it is important to make the point that management rarely have to make a black and white decision on whether to only use internal or external recruitment. In that, in general, an organisation will open up job vacancies to both internal and external candidates in order to maximise the number of potential candidates who might apply. However, that is not to say that in certain circumstances an organisation may just decide to recruit internally or externally. For example, if a job is an acting up post for a short period of time, the opportunity may only be made available to internal candidates. Whereas if management feel existing staff do not possess the experience or skills for a particular role, then external recruitment may just be used. Okay, let's now turn to look at the advantages of internal recruitment. One of the big advantages of internal recruitment is that a business knows exactly what it's getting. As the employee already works for the business, their skills, experience and attitude are already known. This is important because it means internal recruitment is less risky, as the business knows that who they are employing is likely to do a good job. More than that though, because an internal candidate knows the business, how it operates and its culture, there will be no issues with them fitting in. This is beneficial for two reasons. First, there will be little need for induction training. And second, it is unlikely an existing member of staff being promoted will cause any conflict with existing staff or disrupt the culture that exists in the business. Of course, promoting staff from within a business also provides another benefit in that it demonstrates to employees that if you work hard, do a good job and are committed, that the organisation will reward you. This, as you might expect, is incredibly motivating and helps retain good staff as they know they can develop their career within this organisation. And finally, internal recruitment is a very cheap and quick way to employ staff. Cheap in the sense that less money will be spent on advertising the job, interviewing candidates and training them, but also quick in the sense that the process required to recruit internally can be condensed as less time is required to advertise the job and arrange interviews. In fact, this is why many organisations decide to make a temporary internal appointment for a job before opening up the permanent appointment to external candidates. This has two benefits. First, the post is filled, meaning the responsibilities of the job are carried out. And second, it gives a business the chance to see if an internal candidate has the ability to take on the added responsibility of a promoted post. However, although internal recruitment offers a lot, there are also disadvantages. Let's look at them now. One of the major problems of internal recruitment is that it restricts the number of candidates who can apply to those that work for the business. This is an issue because it means an organisation can only pick from the best in their business rather than the best in their industry if external candidates have been allowed to apply. Further still, appointing internally means the person appointed will do things the way the business has always done them. However, sometimes a business needs a shot in the arm, someone willing to come in with new ideas and ways of doing things, which force a business to move forwards when previously it was stuck in the mud. Another problem with internal recruitment is that it can cause resentment and jealousy amongst those staff who were not promoted. In fact, this issue, if not dealt with effectively, can cause a big issue, as staff who were not promoted may not put in their best effort or may actively undermine the new appointment, which is not good for business harmony. And finally, the last issue with internal recruitment is that promoting or moving someone from inside the business may fill one vacancy, but creates another. This means more time and money will then have to be spent on filling that new vacancy as well. Okay, let's now turn to look at external recruitment and first, the advantages of such recruitment. One of the main advantages of external recruitment is that the business will have a larger selection of applicants to choose from, as people from outside the business can apply. This provides a number of key benefits, the primary of which is that, as good as an internal candidate may be, there might be better candidates with more skills and experience out with the business who are more suited to the job. In fact, an external candidate can also bring new ideas into a business, which can help it to run more efficiently and reduce its costs. But even more than that, they can bring new business with them, as customers of the organisation they used to work for follow them to their new job. This, of course, will have a positive effect on sales and profits figures. And finally, when external recruitment is used, it is a one-off process, in so much that filling the post does not create another vacancy, which promoting someone from inside the business does. Okay, let's now move on to look at the disadvantages of external recruitment. One of the major issues with using external recruitment is that it adds significant cost and time to the process. For example, advertising a job in newspapers, trade journals and on popular recruitment websites costs money. Add to the fact that more candidates will have to be interviewed, and it is clear why the process can be expensive. However, it is also time consuming in that more time will have to be provided to give people a chance to apply. Additional time will also be required to interview extra candidates, and then once someone is appointed, the business will have to wait until their new employee works their notice period at their current employer. Another issue with external recruitment is that it can be riskier than internal recruitment. This can occur for a number of reasons. First, an external candidate can look great in an application form and might do a fantastic interview, but when they actually take up the job, they are nowhere near as good as they claimed they were. More than that though, bringing in an external candidate can also cause issues, because if they ask staff to start doing things in a different way or introduce lots of new ideas, existing staff can find this difficult and upsetting, as it is not what they are used to. Further still, if competent internal candidates for a promotion are overlooked, it can result in conflict and resentment, meaning they don't put in their best effort or actively try to undermine the new appointment, which obviously would negatively affect business productivity. Okay, so what did we learn in this presentation? Well, first of all, we found out what internal and external recruitment are, and then we went on to explore the advantages and disadvantages of internal and external recruitment. Recruiting the best talent is a key driver in a business achieving success. However, as this presentation has shown, the decision on whether to use internal or external recruitment is not a black and white one. In fact, what has been shown is that a blended approach is most likely to be used, where an organisation will look to recruit staff from within and outside of their business.